The scene starts with Gyu and his body parts were severed and throwing on the ground. Taeyu tells him he hasn't imagined that he will end up like this. Gyu shocks Taeyu, saying he remembers the child that he killed. Gyu says he saw that memory in Jin-tae's memories because he one day was Jin-tae, and then Gyu passes away. Taeyu gets angry and holds the chainsaw, completing his work in severing the dead body. Jump to Yi-jae in the dark place where the hell is behind. He is laughing aloud while Death is shocked and asking if he got himself killed on purpose. Yi-jae tells Death to move to the next life to complete his revenge and says his mother's words, "Your signs will end up finding their way back to you, so don't ever commit them," but the rich's signs never back to them, so he will punish Taeyu about what he did. Death mocks of him because the punished won and he becomes the punisher, and Death shoots him, sending him to the next body. Yi-jae wakes up chasing a man. Yes, Yi-jae's new body is detective in Ji-hyung. Ji-hyung runs away from that man. Ji-hoon pops up and arrests the man and gets angry on Ji-hyung because he runs away of a criminal. The orb appears, he is in Ji-hyung and he is 42 years old. His late father was policeman and was killed while chasing criminals. His mother wasn't satisfied that her son became a policeman because she was afraid that he will die like his father. He is a pathetic detective who runs away of the crucial moments in front of criminals. Yi-jae sees Ji-young, that man who killed Tae-sang, because of money. Yi-jae spots him beating someone in the street. Yi-jae goes to Ji-young saying he is Tae-sang, but Ji-young admits that he killed that man. Yi-jae hits him while many are filming what happens. Ji-hyung turns from a pathetic, selfish wimp into a brave hero. At Gyu-cheol's house, Ji-hyung visits the house and Ji-hoon accompanies him and reminds him that what they are doing is illegal. Ji-hyung goes to the room where the CCTV is. He secretly uploads the videos which contains Taeyu while torturing and killing Gyu-cheol on a USB. Ji-hyung takes Jisoo's pen, the memory card which contains Jisoo's accident, and the USB, but Ji-hoon sees him. The police come to inspect the crime scene. Taeyu returns to Gyu-cheol's house because he becomes considering his house as a playground, so he returns with his secretary. She would have been the next victim, but Ji-hyung stops Taeyu's car because the house becomes a crime scene where many crimes happened, and Ji-hyung tells him to go or he will suspect him as a criminal. Taeyu remembers Ji-hyung from Exceeding Speed's accident. Ji-hyung becomes more popular on the news as a brave hero and an excellent detective after discovering Gyu-cheol house and was a serial killer. Taeyu calls someone seems as a gangster. Actually, he is the same Ju-hun's boss, asking him to take care of Ji-hyung as he took care of Gyu-cheol's body. Ji-hyung gives the USB to a reporter to show it on the news. In the police station, Ji-hoon tells Ji-hyung that he saw him copying videos on a USB and then deleting it in Gyu-cheol house and asks why he hid the video. Ji-hyung says because the culprit was Taeyu who killed Gyu-cheol, and tells Ji-hoon that he will make sure to bring him to the justice. Yi-jae sees his mother comes to the police station because of the money bag case. That because Gunyu, who left a bag of money in front of her house, got killed in an accident, and she now comes to the police station because of the investigation. In a sad scene, Yi-jae calls his mother saying "Mom," and he ties her shoelaces. He asks her to wear shoes with laces, but she says this is the first pair of shoes her son bought her. She thanks him and leaves while he is crying. Yi-jae goes to his mother's house and brings her some food with a written message, "Don't skip your meals." While leaving, a scary man pops up with a knife trying to stab him, but Ji-hyung can overcome that scary man. In Taeyu's house, he finds pictures about Jisoo's accident on his dad's office. He learns that his father knew about his dirty. While Taeyu drives his car with high speed, he gets off his car, killing a man who yelling at him because of his exceeding speed. After that, Taeyu goes to the church and insults the god, naming the god as an illusion. While he is leaving, someone calls him telling him that his station received a tip-off from Detective Ji-hyun that he had a video of Gyu-cheol being murdered and the murderer is Taeyu, and that video will be aired on tonight's broadcast. Taeyu calls Ju-hun's boss asking him if he dealt with Ji-hyun. Taeyu gets shocked when Ji-hyun replies him because Ju-hun's boss got arrested by Ji-hyun. Taeyu asked Ji-hyun to meet up. Ji-hyun tells him to come down to the police station if he wants to meet him, or they will meet after the evening news is over. Ji-hyun is being called to the Commissioner General's office. While Ji-hyun is in front of the Commissioner General's office, he sees the same attorney that he saw that day in front of the prison with Ji-young. When Ji-hyun enters the commissioner's office finding Taeyu in the office, the commissioner leaves. Taeyu asks Ji-hyun what he wants. Ji Hyung tells him he just wants to teach Tae-yu a lesson. Tae-yu tells him that he can easily put an end for him. Ji Hyung tells him to meet on the first floor in 30 minutes. Tae-yu watches the news that Tae-yu will be turning himself in for the murderer of Gyu Cheol, the serial killer. Tae-yu admits to the press that he killed Gyu Cheol, the serial killer who took the lives of 15 victims, because Gyu Cheol kidnapped him. He killed him because he wants to punish him for his crimes. Tae-yu says he was only had two choices, kill him or being killed by him. Tae-yu expresses that he doesn't know where's Gyu Cheol's body. The broadcasting channel only shows the clip where Gyu Cheol pulled Tae-yu and skipping the rest. After that, Tae-yu shows up at the commissioner's office and he is laughing, while protests and parties members are in the streets calling that Tae-yu is innocent. While Ji Hyung gets fired of his job, Tae-yu gets released because of the lack of circumstantial evidences. While Ji Hyung gets kidnapped by two cops, Tae-yu is on his airplane on his way to the States, and he receives a call from the cop who kidnapped Ji Hyung, informs him that he captured Ji Hyung, but actually that cop is under the threat of Ji Hoon's gun and Ji Hyung is free. Tae-yu goes to his bed, taking his pills. While the plane's engine burns down, Tae-yu wakes up and goes outside, finding a message displaying on a monitor that he killed Gyu Cheol, Jin Tae, Jae Seop, Tae Sang, Gun Yu, Ji Soo, and Soo Seon. Tae-yu gets angry and searches on the plane for anyone, but he finds himself alone on the plane and the plane on the autopilot. Tae-yu sees a message on the monitor that the plane will explode in 30 seconds. Tae-yu wears a parachute and jumps. As you expect, yes, Tae-yu survives, but Ji Hyung hits him with the car and as you expected, Tae-yu survives. It's turned out, when Ji Hyung watches Tae-yu's speech to the press, he realizes that the law will let him go. So he decides to use all his previous lives' memories to bring Tae-yu to the justice. Ji Hyung goes to the office of Joo-hun's boss and takes the hard drive where the boss kept all his clients' dirt in it. When Tae-yu turned himself into the police, he left all his belongings, and among it his pen where he kept his pills in. Ji Hyung replaces his pills with sleeping pills. Ji Hyung also used Joo-hun's memory to install a bomb in the plane's engine and used Jae Seop's memory to leak a video for Tae-yu while he talked to Joo-hun's boss about ordering him to kill Jin Tae to the media. Jump to the present. Ji Hyung gets off his car and wears gloves using Gun Yu. Yi Jae chalks Tae-yu as he did to Gun Yu. When Tae-yu is about to die, death comes as she threatened Yi Jae that death will intervene if he tries to kill someone, taking him to the hell. When death is about to intervene, Jisoo's pen falls, reminding Yi Jae of Jisoo's words, if his story has a happy ending. Yi Jae left Tae-yu and while Yi Jae leaves, Tae-yu comes from behind trying to kill him with a knife, but the winds blow hindering Tae-yu and then a truck hits him.